Barstool Sports. Titus, Brandon Walker. Mostly Sports.
Welcome to Mostly Sports, presented by Jägermeister. I'm Mark Titus. He is Brandon Walker. Today is Wednesday, July 24th. We are live from Chicago.
Damn, that's cold. Was that too early?
No.
Okay.
I think Damn That's Cold does play at any time.
At any time.
At any time, for any reason.
Damn.
Connor, say something.
Baloney.
Damn, that's cold.
Yeah, it works.
Should be.
What's the Twisters? You already abandoned the Twisters thing. I honestly thought there's a chance you would wear that every single day for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
No, I have to go to the Western store here in town and pick up some new stuff.
And then once you buy that, you'll wear that every day for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Ebo, say a thing.
Ham.
That's
almost what he said. I mean,
that's pretty much exactly what Connor did.
you can't say something original? Connor, say something else.
Chartreuse.
Ebo, say something.
M&M guy.
Nice.
Damn, that's cold. I don't know. It doesn't really work.
What's Eminem guy?
I got one. Ice cold shots.
Damn, that's cold.
Hell yeah. Wherever you're at, if you're hanging with friends at the bar, maybe you're doing all the sports stuff or just the mostly sports stuff, call the shots. Cheers with Frosty 0 degree Fahrenheit shots of Jägermeister. Say the line.
Damn, that's cold.
And remember to check Jägermeister out at Jägermeister.com. Drink responsibly. Jägermeister, the crew, 35% alcohol by volume, imported by Mass Jägermeister, U.S., White Plains, New York. What are we talking about today, Brandon?
I don't want to step all over a take, so I'm going to allow the two principals in this room who have claimed ownership of the take to step forward right now. And I don't know if it's 50-50. I don't know if it's 51-49. Ebo, would you like to stake your claim to the ownership of this take first?
I'd like no, I can concede some equity in the take. I know I did not develop the IP for this.
Yeah.
I think I was more of like a supporting engineer for this, so I think I'll take like 25% of this take.
So you have 75% of the take available to you.
That feels like too much. I feels like too much because I was
joking.
I was speaking from the heart. I didn't
Yeah.
even know. I was just I was caught up in the moment.
Okay.
And it took Ebo validating my emotional beliefs for me to believe it up here. You see, like I believed it here.
Yeah. You floated it.
Yeah.
He confirmed it.
Right. And then now
And you brought it back and like, okay.
But
now,
I needed his confirmation for me to feel confident in it.
perhaps
We should share.
you should say the take.
The take is this. Paul Skenes is already the greatest pitcher to ever live of all time, ever. Paul Skenes of the Pittsburgh Pirates, who's a rookie, he's a little over halfway through his first season of Major League Baseball, is already – name a pitcher, Brandon, ever. That's
Roger
ever lived.
Clemens.
He's better than him.
Nolan Ryan.
Better than him.
Pedro Estacio.
That's hard. That's tough. That's where it starts to fall apart, and that's where the doubt starts creeping in again.
You know, I'm going to say this for you guys because a lot of people will wait till a guy's accomplished things and played most of his career.
Zero Cy Young, zero Rookie
and-
of the Year, zero World
and has-
Series, zero.
has put together a body of work
Right.
and has actually played more than 2 months of baseball to call somebody the GOAT. You guys are early on this take. You might be right, though.
We might be right, and I think there's a lesson here that this is what you have to do in sports media. I think this is the era we're in. We're in the young GOAT era. We are. We're the Wemby's, the Caitlin Clarks, your fucking Mbappe. You open that up, but then like this new Spanish kid who I just learned about during the Euros in soccer. Who else is a young GOAT? Bedard,
Charlie Woods.
He's Bronny
242nd.
James.
Yeah. All
Connor
the young
Bedard,
goats.
though, young GOAT.
Connor Griffin.
Young GOAT. I think that's what you got to do. I think you gotta identify the rookie that's stepping in, and you gotta say this guy's on trajectory to be the greatest of all time. But I actually am starting to believe my own bullshit on Paul Skenes. But he did lose yesterday, and I can't shake that, Ebo. That's something like. No matter how much the math and the stat nerds pointed out to me that pitcher wins and losses don't matter, there is a part of me I don't love it about myself, but there will always be a part of me that's like, how could he have pitched a good game yesterday if he lost?
It is fascinating that the newfangled stats and all the stuff they say and the PCS war and the BFL war and all that, all these things they come up with, like, it took 100 years of baseball knowledge for people to finally realize that, hey, if a guy pitches 9 innings and gives up 1 solo run and loses 1-0, and he does that a lot, he's still a really good fucking pitcher.
Yeah.
if he finishes the season in 1965, if he finishes the season 14-19 with a 2.92 ERA and 11 complete games, he was really fucking good.
Right.
And that's the one awakening by the stat community that should be universal around the around the world. Because Paul Skenes was incredible yesterday. Lost the game, of course, but who gives a shit?
Well, that's what I mean. I can't.
You can't turn that off?
It's not 100%. It's like
I can't turn batting average
It's
off.
like 10% of me is still just like, but he did. That's a
I can't
fly in
turn
the ointment.
I can't turn batting average off, Evo. I know people today say you can't use batting average as a relevant stat. Like, if a guy hits 330, to me, that's a good ass hitter.
Yeah.
And we're just done with that conversation. Is that wrong? Because
some people
Arraez bats 325, 330 every year, and some people just are not. They're like, this guy's not.
I think there are people who are blind to the idea that they've been fed this new information, and therefore that is like
They're now slaves to that information.
Yeah, but they kind of forget the fact that batting average is important.
Right.
Like, a hit is better than a walk. A walk was just not valued properly. I think they take like the Moneyball thing. They're like, walk's as good as a hit. Like, who cares? Just your on base percentage matters. But
that's
you'd
not
rather
true.
single than walk.
Walks are only driving in runs in certain situations.
Yeah.
Hit drives
It
in
could-
runs in
yeah.
way more situations.
Right.
Yeah. The point of Moneyball is not.
You're not going from first to third on a walk.
Yeah. Moneyball is more about marketing efficiencies, and people weren't paying for walks properly. Now they're maybe overpaying and underpaying for batting average.
And then wins fall in the same category, kind of where for years that was the element of a pitcher that made him good or not.
Mhm.
How many wins? Is he a 20-win guy? Is he this? Paul Skenes, I don't know how many he's going to win this year. I guess what is he now? He's 6-1. 6-1 with a 1.93 ERA and 97 strikeouts. How many starts did he got?
12.
God damn.
He's good.
Yeah,
he's good.
Really fucking
You
good.
want on board? You want on board?
What happens if we get on the goat boat and then it sinks?
There's always another boat.
There's always
There will be
another boat.
It's a very busy channel. There's
Okay,
always-
all right.
There's a very busy shipping lane.
Have there been
There's
boats
always going to be
for-
a boat another boat that
Were
goes
there boats
there,
for
not-
Kershaw and Verlander and Scherzer over the last decade? Were there
Kershaw, right? Kershaw.
There was a Kershaw
there's
boat?
been a Kershaw goat boat.
I don't know. I think
Bo?
you just made the term goat boat. I think you just coined it right there.
I love
goat
Go
boat.
So I don't know if that ever existed before. I think it just happened today. Is when
Okay,
goat boat
so
first came around.
but he just said it was a busy channel. So where'd all these boats come from? All these
Yeah.
boats are out there.
Yeah, it's a the
We just open up the harbor now.
yeah. There's a lot of boats coming in.
There was a Kershaw
So
boat. At
if
one
we
point.
if we sink, we just wave our arms. We all got life jackets on. We
Yeah.
just we all know how to swim. You just wave your arms.
Just
Another
say-
boat will pick us up.
and then say, hey, you 19-year-old pitcher for the Blue Jays,
Right.
You
Right.
could be the goat.
Connor Griffin.
Connor Griffin could be the goat. He's
this
not a
one.
pitcher though.
Not this one.
Yeah.
Not this one. I'm at the
the K1.
baseball player.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe he's the goat.
Should we get on the Connor Griffin goat? Should we build that boat? At least let's build it, and if we want to float it out when he makes his debut, we can.
Did you get a vision or something? Did someone come and speak to you?
No, I'm just
You want to build an ark?
saying we could have these boats pre-made because they're not actually boats; they're just ideas. We don't have
That's
to
a
really
great
build a boat.
We should build an ark and put two of everything on
I
it.
think you're hearing the wrong thing.
We should build an ark and get two of everything. Two of everything.
You think that's what happened to Noah?
We should build a Connor Griffin arc and get two of everything in Connor Griffin's life.
You think God was really saying, "Hey, just make some art and paint these animals"? And he's like, "Ark? Yeah, I'll build a big boat."
Yeah.
Mostly almighty. I like that. Just spitballing.
How many hums is two? Do you start questioning yourself?
Oh, after like
If you
one
get
and a half.
three hums like right after you say something.
I got a new goat for you. There's a basketball kid, AJ DeBansa is his name, that I just found. I just learned about last week. He's the basketball recruiting world has already moved on past Cooper Flagg, and we've moved on to the next guy.
Well, Cooper Flagg is the goat.
Yeah, but this guy's better. So
How old is
we
he?
can get on that. I think he's 17. Cooper Flagg was in the same class as him.
I need the next goat to be like 13 right now.
Here's how basketball recruiting works. Cooper Flagg was in the same class as him.
Yeah.
Cooper Flagg was number 1.
Sure.
Cooper Flagg reclassifies, moves up a class, so he can go to Duke early. He's young. He's going to be young for his class. This new guy is now considered better than Cooper Flagg. He's now considered, because they just had Peach Jam. They just had a big event, and the talk coming out of the event is like Cooper Flagg is going to be the star at Duke, but we got to focus on this next guy coming up because he might be even better. And to that I say, we might be lying to the public.
Right.
This might be a crock of shit when we have
be a GOAT every year.
There's a GOAT every year.
AJ DeBanzi?
I think it's DeBanza.
DeBanza? I don't. We're gonna have to fix that name.
Yeah, I think it's DeBanza. Yeah. Who else is
I feel like you're setting up a D's nuts joke.
Yeah,
AJ DeBanza. Okay.
DeBanza. He's next up. Maybe he is too old though. I agree with you. We got to find a 13-year-old.
We need a 13-year-old
goat.
GOAT.
We got to find
a 13, 14-year-old GOAT.
But I want to be first on.
I look sick.
This would be great for the show if we're
the first on the GOAT.
If we're the first on the GOAT boat, and we're right. We might be with Skenes though. I mean, I want to go younger. Don't clip that. But but Skenes would be a big win for us.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we're pumping the Paul Skenes propaganda. We were doing it.
Ebo, where'd you get the Cy Young at? Weren't you the first on the Cy Young bet? Didn't you get it like?
Oh yeah, I got it 25 to 1.
25 to 1.
It was in the middle of his Brewers start, like when he was facing the Brewers.
What is it now?
Hitter.
Like 4 to 1?
3 to 1.
3 to 1. They're not. I've asked this before, but are they gonna? Is he like gonna do an innings limit or get shut down at some point?
I don't know. It feels like he was.
Feels like a grown ass man. Like when like he feels like he's just ready to go. Just let him go.
They're like in contention now. Like they're like a legit contender. They're a good team.
He's a big old boy too, right? That arm's fine.
Yeah.
All that babying that they did with Strasburg and everything, it ended up not mattering at all. I mean, like they were trying to protect the back half of his career that never fucking happened.
Yeah. They didn't win the World Series though. I think that's what happens.
They might have won it earlier.
If you win a World Series, if you ever win a championship, everything you did is validated.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's why we did that. It all worked out.
Are they the most last 10 years? Is it them or the Raptors for most random champion? Because the Nationals just kind of showed up one year and won it. The Raptors did the same thing.
I think the Raptors are more random because the Nationals had Strasburg and Harper at least. Like if you're paying a little bit of attention to baseball, you're like, the franchise that drafted 2 guys that were considered like
they didn't have Harper.
But I mean on the franchise though. Like the idea that franchise would end up winning one.
Yeah.
They didn't have Harper on the championship team, but I'm saying like the Nationals were a franchise that got like
they were gearing up to do it.
They had 2 massive like franchise changing players enter the, whereas the Raptors just like signed Kawhi Leonard.
And the Raptors, what's more random about them?
And everybody got hurt in the NBA. Yeah.
What's more random about them is it came at the end. They were the one that ended the Cavs Warriors thing. It was Cavs Warriors, Cavs Warriors, Cavs Warriors, and all of a sudden here's the Raptors.
The Raptors were the opposite of what I said with I guess the Nationals had a history of choking in the playoffs, but the Raptors were a joke. Like they would they would make the playoffs and then get swept on NBA TV every year. And that was like what their legacy was. And then
the Rangers might age as a random champion, right? Like the Rangers last year just got hot at the end. Mm-hmm. They were never like the best team, and then this year they're just okay, right? They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're just hanging around.
They're just hanging around the wild card race.
Yeah. That Nationals team was under 500 at one point, I believe, in like May or something, or in June. They were bad.
They were fucking fun, man. That
team was stacked looking back on it.
They were a fun team in October. They had like Howie Kendrick hitting for him. Like he was hitting, and there was another guy that was like Howie Kendrick, but he was a white guy. What was his name? It was 2 of them, and they were. Who was the other guy? Daniel Murphy? Not Daniel Murphy. Whatever.
Daniel Murphy was on the Nationals. Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
Might have been him.
It was him, yeah.
Yeah, might have been him.
Yeah,
that was random.
Was he on the team when they won? Surely.
Brian Dozier.
Oh, well, that's Fulton, Mississippi.
Who's a college football one I'm trying to think of? When's the last one?
It
might be Auburn, but like
they got Cam Newton.
But
like
they had Cam Newton. Yeah, that makes total sense.
But they did come out of kind of nowhere. I don't even know if they were in the preseason top 25 that year. This isn't like super random because they were around, but it was random that LSU was that good in 2019 because Joe Burrow was solid, but nobody saw that coming.
Yeah,
what they turned into.
It doesn't really happen in college.
Random doesn't really happen in college football. No, it happens in college basketball.
Sure, yeah.
Happens in college basketball way more than probably any other sport.
Sure. I think history will look on like Baylor and Virginia.
Baylor, sure. I wouldn't say
interesting.
I wouldn't say Virginia as
Virginia not as much.
Yeah.
They were knocking on the door for a while. Baylor's had a good program too, but Baylor might be. Yeah, they might be.
That was also Gonzaga's year to win it, right?
Baylor was good as fuck. I'm not saying it was an asterisk title or it was a fluke. The Baylor team was good as fuck, but I think the history books might look back on that and be like, Baylor snuck one in there. Oh, interesting.
I think college football has random teams that get to the TCU getting to the championship game 2 years ago is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were not that good. They were like a top 25 team that just happened to keep winning. They were not a national champion quality team, and they happened to play for a national title. That was random as fuck. Washington last year might age, although they were better than TCU.
Yeah.
I like talking about random teams. Baseball seems to – because baseball is a sport where if you hang around, get hot in August, you win the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah, we'd probably think of like the 97 Marlins as like a super random team if they didn't go back and win in 2003. Like they won 2 in a short window. They may –
Also, if you just go look at the roster from that team.
Loaded.
Like, oh, my God.
Like Gary Sheffield.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thinking other random baseball teams. They didn't win it, but that Colorado Rockies team that got to the World Series in 2007 where they finished the season like 22-1, that was crazy.
And then they got fucking smoked by the Red Sox? It was the Red Sox, right?
Yeah.
The idea of the Rockies being in the World Series is crazy.
Yeah, and it was
crazy.
It was crazy that year up until like September 1st.
Right.
They were not in the race, and then all of a sudden they won every game they ever played and went straight to the World Series.
I think I would pick the Rockies number 1 for hold on, let me think about this.
Oh,
what's
this? This sounds like a fun rabbit hole, too.
It'll be a fun rabbit hole. I was about to say, I think the Rockies are number 1 baseball franchise that if we were doing a vote for like, it's like a Survivor League where like if your team makes the World Series, you're out.
Yeah.
You have to pick a team.
Yeah.
I think the Rockies will have the longest.
You're trying to survive the longest without making the World Series.
Without making the World Series. I would pick the Rockies number 1, and you might say take the A's. They're like a dumpster fire of an organization, but there is like a path where they end up in Vegas and like pumping a bunch of money and somehow like turn that around. Right now it feels unlikely, but
now the Mariners have never gone. They've been in their whole existence. They've never gone, but they've been good enough to go.
Yeah,
they've been good enough to go multiple times. They just haven't gone. The Rockies were good enough to go once, and they went.
Yeah, but it was such a fluke that I don't know. I every time I go to a game there, it's a good time, but like there is zero interest in what is happening on the field from basically the players. Like the whole franchise does not want to win games. It doesn't feel like. I think the owners just like checked out.
They're stirring now, but I might take the Pirates.
The Pirates.
Like this year, they got a little bit of something going on.
Yeah,
but they haven't had a little bit of something going on for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
I think I would pick the Pirates.
But Paul Skenes is the GOAT, dude.
They got
that's true. Maybe they're cooking now.
It's like the White Sox would be another good pick, but the White Sox feel the White Sox and A's feel like they are such a disaster that they're gonna like bounce back. Like they're gonna hit rock bottom and like kind of bounce back somehow. Like whether it's relocation or like some big like reset is gonna happen to like get them back in the mix. Whereas the Rockies are like fine with where they're at, and where they're at is the bottom.
Weren't the White Sox next up like 3 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
They just had a loaded roster and they were ready to go, and then it just fell apart and didn't happen.
Yeah, they had a great team during the COVID season.
So
Jose Abreu was one of the best hitter on the planet.
You would say a young core isn't a guarantee of anything.
Oh yeah.
No, I've always said a young core is a guarantee.
A guarantee?
No, it's not that they are guaranteed to win. They'll always be back. Like they'll be back and they'll improve. Young core will always be back.
That's true. You can't kill a young core.
Yeah, it'll always be back.
Even though the White Sox, their young core 3 years ago is just completely imploded, and now they're by far the worst franchise in baseball.
Yeah.
But they'll have another young core coming.
There's always another
young core coming.
Who's the team? I was thinking about this in college football, but you can do any sport. You can do college basketball. Who's the team that's just never been good? Who's been the most consistently? Was it Northwestern in basketball before they made that?
It was Northwestern in basketball.
Is it Penn State in basketball? I know they just had one.
They've gotten a little better.
Nebraska.
Nebraska. But that's the thing is like I think schools with money are like starting to get they're starting like sports weren't like Northwestern didn't see sports as like a worthwhile venture for a long time, and then now the money in sports. And people are going to say there's always been money in sports. There's not always been the money that's in sports right now.
Yeah.
The investments that are happening. So I think like these schools are now starting to like step up, and that's why I don't think it's a coincidence Northwestern basketball like suddenly became a little more competitive.
So the millionaires and billionaires, the alums, are like, wait a minute, why are we fucking losing?
Why not like try a little bit?
Let's win.
What if we just tried a little bit?
Yeah, that would be nice.
So yeah, it feels like every Big Ten and SEC program
has had a moment.
Is going to have a moment, right?
Yeah.
Vanderbilt football feels like they've never been relevant in my life.
Yeah.
Jay Cutler played there, and that's like really it, and that's where it begins and ends for me.
I think they had a 9-win season once under
it was Franklin.
Under Franklin, yeah. Franklin.
Oh, that's how he left.
Yeah, that's how he got the Penn State job.
Yeah, a couple really good seasons.
And
really?
Yeah,
as soon as he could, he got out of there.
Exactly.
That was probably the peak, like 2011, 12, 13, somewhere in there. All right. Good stuff.
Who else is? Yeah.
Never good in.
So who's the? But I was gonna say when I got excited.
Has DePaul been good in your life?
No, basketball. No.
Yeah.
It might be DePaul. Yeah.
DePaul just has it. I remember at the very beginning of my sports watching, DePaul was pretty good.
Yeah.
The very beginning, and I thought DePaul's just a team.
Yeah.
And it hasn't happened since.
DePaul is just an idea, really.
It really
DePaul's
is.
An idea.
Is DePaul
like,
is an actual place?
There's no way of knowing. DePaul is just like it's a Big East school in Chicago.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that's a great idea. I'm on board with that.
That arena is awesome, too.
It's a great arena, yeah.
It's a great fucking arena.
I think Holt will turn them around.
They have Connor Enright now?
Yeah, they do. Connor Enright is Holt will pull them out of the gutter. I don't know how far out of the gutter, but they'll get pulled out of the gutter, I think. But I was going to say the Rockies, I almost got it carried away and said the Rockies would be my pick for all of professional sports of the Big Four. Like, who's another – they're just simply never going to play for a championship franchise in the Big Four. It's just never going to happen.
I know that
the Charlotte Hornets,
the Houston Texans, even though they got things going right now, like I don't think they're.
He's not a. I'm starting to think he's not a young goat guy.
That's a young goat guy.
Your picks were the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Houston Texans, dude.
Charlotte Hornets.
If you're gonna get on the go boat, get on the go boat.
The Washington Wizards will never play for a championship.
The Wizards and Hornets. Yeah.
There's no chance the Wizards ever play for a championship in any sport.
Welcome to the Eastern Conference Finals, Game 5. The Wizards and Hornets are playing.
Oh, what is that asteroid coming towards us?
Yeah, that's never happening. That'll never happen.
The NBA's got to be full of them.
What makes the NFL so good is that I truly believe every NFL franchise
has a chance
in the next 5 years to make the Super Bowl.
Because they do.
Yeah.
Because they have the most fair and equitable as far as team structures. Now, their players kind of get fucked without guaranteed money and certain way. But it's an equitable system for teams to always be close to being turned around.
And it's awesome. It makes that league awesome. You
see the current Cleveland Browns playing for a championship? Or just the Cleveland Browns? I shouldn't say current. They haven't been to a Super Bowl in my life. Either iteration of it.
Yeah, but even it's because of what you just said. Like there is a like the Browns are cursed and they're never going to win and all that. But like there is the way the NFL is structured is like you're always kind of like right there. And the same thing with like the Bears. There's like optimism for the Bears now, and the Bears historically suck. But like I feel like it's easier to kind of it's easier. Basketball is the easiest to like just hit on a top prospect and then ride him out.
Yeah.
But football, so like I don't mean like you can like just turn it around really quickly, but football there's always the margins I think are smaller in football between like a really good football team and a really shitty team.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
You're living on the edge of a razor in football.
Right, yeah. Because it really comes down like if you watch a ton of NFL, you figure it out quickly that like a lot of these games just come down to like the last 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And like if it's like a couple possession, like the good teams have the quarterback that are going to make the plays and ice the game, and the bad teams have the quarterback shitting down his leg. And that's basically what it is. So it's like it feels like there's always I don't know. I would be optimistic if I was a fan of it, like basically any NFL franchise.
The Arizona Coyotes will never play for the Stanley Cup.
That's a fact.
I am going out on a limb with that one.
That
will not happen.
That's a fact. I could see the Browns playing for a Super Bowl. I could see that.
Okay.
I could see that.
They've shaken a bit of the stink off, I feel like.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
It would be I'm not saying they're ever going to be the 1 seed in the AFC and be like a juggernaut, but yeah, they could. Because the Bengals were that way. The Bengals were.
Yeah, they were.
The Bengals were a joke.
The fucking Lions.
Yeah, the Lions were that way,
just,
and yeah, you can turn it around.
Listen.
I'm listening.
I don't know what I was about to say.
That's pretty much the worst word to say.
Listen, let me tell you something, Mark. Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something about
the Oakland A's. The Oakland A's,
You got it?
as currently constituted,
Okay.
would never go play for a championship.
I agree
However,
with that.
you're
I
right.
agree with that.
You're right. There's enough of a seed in the ground there.
There's enough of an unknown.
Yeah.
And it could go horribly wrong, and by all accounts, right now it is. You put that, you brought that to our attention the other day, Debo. That like the investment that's going on with the A's is a disaster.
Yeah, no
one wants. Yeah.
no one wants the pace.
But if I told you that there's a baseball franchise that wants to move to Vegas, and I come from the future, and that franchise ends up being pretty good, you're not going to be like, but how? Like that would sort of check out.
What I don't understand about the A's situation is bad teams have moved before, right? And I think the new city always kind of wants them. They're always thirsty and they're
Yeah.
always hungry to get it. Why? So Vegas just has so much going on that it just doesn't give a fuck about a baseball team. It's not gonna. It's like you can come if you want. You build your own building though.
Yeah.
Like Nashville would bend time and space to get the A's to Nashville, I would think. But why is Vegas so blasé about it?
I don't know, because they're Vegas, I guess. Yeah. They have too
baseball's
much-
like the 9th best thing to do in the summer there.
Yeah, we got Barry Manilow, though, dude. We don't need the Oakland
It's
A's.
true. Got Carrot Top.
You got fucking Reba McEntire residence.
Did we just name all redheads? Is Barry Manilow a redhead? He's close, right? I think we just went. I
Did
went.
we go 3
I
redheads
think
in
we
a row?
went 3 for 3 of redheads there.
Barry Manilow wasn't redhead.
Was he?
I
I think he was strawberry blonde at best.
He was Connor Griffin.
I think he was Connor Griffin.
Connor Griffin.
He's not Carrot Top.
I don't
or
remember.
Reba.
I only remember him as like an old dude.
The first picture that pops up of Barry Manilow, it does look like he's strawberry blonde.
I think he started off as a redhead.
Maybe
We
some
did 3
Auburn.
redheads.
No, he didn't play at Auburn.
Yeah.
But I Reba for sure redhead, right?
That first one.
That's an aging redhead, isn't it? Does he look like Clay Aiken? Was I thinking
He
of
is
Clay
Clay-
Aiken?
He's not a redhead.
Ah,
If
I guess he's a blonde.
if you were robbed by this man and you told the police that a redhead robbed you, he's never getting caught.
How'd he?
They're not.
How'd he
It
get
was
famous?
like I was
He's
like
ugly as fuck.
I was robbed by a redhead. Can you?
That might be a redhead, dude. That might be a redhead. Barry Manilow might be a redhead. I'm saying it right here, July 24th, 2024.
I'll give you might be a redhead.
All right, give me another picture of Manilow. We have to have
He might be a redhead. I need Connor Griffin stand up. Jeff Foxworthy
Joe,
voice.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, it might be a redhead. If you.
Boy, he's ambidextrous with his hair. He's doing a lot of stuff.
A lot of frosted tips in there.
So now I'm wondering, is that Rod Stewart? That's Rod Stewart.
A random Rod Stewart on the Barry Man. This is.
Was that Martin Short?
Yeah, there was a little. Oh, yeah.
That's Jenny McCarthy.
I don't think he's a redhead.
Britney
You
Spears.
can't call this a redhead.
All right, vote. There's 5 of us. TJ, redhead or not?
That's the options?
Yep.
Shit.
What would the options be?
Strawberry blonde, cowboy
No.
copper.
That's too many.
Is strawberry blonde a redhead?
No.
It's too much of a spectrum.
Connor, you get lumped in with the redheads around here. You're
You're a
strawberry
redhead.
blonde.
You're a redhead. Connor's more red than Barry Manilow.
I would agree with that, yeah. Even though I still don't think I'm fully red.
Well, your beard is.
My beard is red,
Your beard kind of does it.
but my hair on top is strawberry blonde.
Not really.
Emphasis
Yes,
on
it is.
strawberry.
There's not much blonde in
If
there.
I got out of the shower sopping wet,
Okay.
you'd be looking
Is there
at
any
my,
other way to get out of the shower?
You'd be looking at my hair. You would not say, "Oh yeah, that's red hair." It's like almost brown when it's all.
Go take a shower.
You want me to?
No.
How? So you're brown when you're wet. You're blonde when you're not. No, dude, you're red.
just
hair.
saying-
You have red hair. Like I don't. Your hair.
What are you?
A freak?
I'm sorry.
Not that way.
What kind of way?
What?
This is not
Hold on. What's the other way to be a freak?
just like you can't describe me. Like I think that this is.
What are you a freak? He says.
I don't think that this, and especially when you zoom in, I don't think that's red hair. But at the same time, if
All
you
right,
say
well,
my
dude,
beard is red. Okay, fine.
Let's do 2 polls. Is Connor Griffin a redhead?
Connor,
You're a redhead. We don't need to do a poll.
The person who's sitting in front of me is a redhead.
I don't think so.
You just don't.
I like if you stack me up against Mook right now or Kyle.
I mean, that's
Everett,
like
the-
saying
Yeah, but they're
I'm not tall because I'm 6'5", and you stack me up next to Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
Like I am tall.
There are levels to it, and you're one of the levels.
You're entry level. No, you're like single A.
But you're in the realm though.
Yeah, you're in pro baseball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being redhead. I just don't think
Well,
I am.
Okay, is Barry Manilow is Barry Manilow a redhead? Is the question.
I don't think so.
No, he's not.
Is there a poll in the chat yet?
A Connor poll or a Barry Man?
Barry Manilow poll.
Yes, all of it. Everybody. Is Brandon a redhead? Let's just do the whole.
This should be the title of the episode: Is Barry Manilow a
Is
redhead?
Barry Man?
You are a bit redheaded, Jason, with how you behave outside.
What does that even mean?
In terms of like
Yeah,
what the
it's
sun,
true.
how the sun affects you. You're redheaded
true.
at heart.
You don't get laid.
If you can't stay outside for more than an hour in the
Yeah.
sunlight, you might be a redhead.
If you go on a picnic and instead of scouting out the lawn, you're scouting out the shade, you
Might be a redhead.
Is that? I've never seen Jeff Foxworthy stand up. Was that his entire
No.
hour? Was just
Okay.
like him being like,
Okay, now
that up.
now you're opening up a huge can of worms. It's shocking. Outside of the redneck stuff, he had some decent stuff. Now that you're old enough.
Oh, of course.
You
dude.
boys remember the Blue Collar
Of
Comedy
course.
Tour?
I
I'm
saw it
aware of
live
it.
in person.
Did you?
I went in Indianapolis, yeah. The Murrah Theater, I believe.
Ingval is terrible.
Ingval's not good.
He's the
Ingval's
DL Hewley
one.
of the
Ingval was the one that was.
yeah. Ingval's terrible.
Here's your sign was tough. I was like,
Foxworthy's
I don't really get this.
got moments.
Yeah.
Larry the Cable Guy was funny in the moment, and Ron White's just funny.
Ron White is the funniest.
Yes.
Ron White is definitely like he has the talent. He
He's
has the
fucking
goods.
funny.
He's just you could give
Yeah.
Ron White could do everyone else's material and make it funny.
Yeah, you're getting Ron White the ball for 30 shots. He's
Right.
getting 30 shots a game.
Larry the Cable Guy had the highest peak in that like he was in the Connor Griffin freak category. Where like when you see Larry the Cable Guy for the first time, you're like, where the fuck did this guy come from? And you're laughing your ass off. He didn't have the staying power though.
No, it didn't.
He doesn't have the like you can't.
No, he was
You don't want to keep going back to that well. But the first time you go, you're like, this is
yeah.
some good shit.
Yeah, he was Grant Hill in the league for about 3 years.
Yeah.
And he was incredible. You ever hear any of his like stuff before Blue Collar Comedy Tour?
No.
Racist as the day is long.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's something. It's something. Foxworthy had some questionable stuff earlier
Oh,
too,
really?
though. Yeah, they cleaned it up when they got to the big one. So yeah, if it's a rotation, Ingval's going every fourth day. He's our fourth starter. He's getting shelled. We're taking that loss. Foxworthy's going to go like 12-12. He's going to need some good run support.
Right.
Ron White is a Cy Young candidate, and Larry the Cable Guy is probably going to throw his arm out.
Larry the Cable Guy, is not long for the league, but he's going to give you all he has.
Yeah. It's Kerry Wood and Mark Pryor there at the top of the
right.
rotation.
Yeah. That's a great. Okay, so Ron White is
Wait.
Ron White is Verlander is
yeah.
fucking he's just he's got everything.
Yeah. We're waiting any day now. He's going to get his win number 300.
Right. I would say Larry the Cable Guy I like that is Mark Pryor.
Yeah.
Like
He's incredible.
Incredible, but like was not around long. I think Foxworthy's like Lance Lynn. Like if you catch him on the right night,
John
he's awesome.
Lieber. Yeah.
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 Every so often he is going to get shelled.
Yeah. And then
He only throws fastballs like Lance Lynn. Like he's just like I know what I do well.
This is my pitch.
I'm serving him up. I'm serving it up.
if you hit it, you hit it. And then Ingval is a double-A guy. They just need to fill out the rotation. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we nailed it. That was awesome. That was great.
You know what, Connor? I want you to go home and watch the Blue Collar Comedy Tour.
Okay.
The very first concert video they did.
I want you to watch. I do need some. You might be a redhead material out of you. I need 2 minutes of
Yeah, I could do it tomorrow.
of you going.
Are you familiar with Jeff
you-
Foxworthy's act?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, really, just that part. And then I've seen him on like Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? But I've never seen him in anything else. Actually,
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a standard of a classic. You might be a redneck. If you get a toothache opening a beer bottle,
Yeah.
you might be a redneck.
If you've ever financed a tattoo, you might be a redneck.
Yeah, hit us with some redhead ones.
all right. I'll prepare for tomorrow. You know what? Jeff Foth. Wait. Oh, no.
Oh,
That's
man.
tough.
Wow.
That's overwhelming.
That's
but not many votes yet. That could swing.
That's not swinging.
Dude, that's
one vote out of 22.
That's half our audience, Connor.
That ain't swinging.
Yeah, I guess.
And
so.
yeah, that just added 130 votes, and it didn't move at all.
Yeah,
That's tough.
All right.
Oh, this is closer.
Okay, so no.
Still a no, but
Go with Barry Manilow as not a redhead. Hey, I will listen to the poll. We listen to our audience here.
Yeah.
Do you know what Jeff Foxworthy's latest credit is on his IMDb?
I do not.
Yeah, he's the voice of he's in a Pixar movie. He's the voice of
Mater in Cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's the Garfield movie.
Why didn't he help him out? He was obviously trying to get to the voice of something. He knew it was the voice of something.
The voice of something in Garfield?
Yeah.
So
of a bird.
There's a bird in Garfield when they had a bird to Garfield.
I was just guessing. I didn't actually know that. I just figured Jeff Foxworthy would do.
He only does voice.
Wait, where does Garfield live? Is there a redneck bird in his neighborhood? I always thought he's isn't he like Ohio or something? Where
Garfield feels like he would live in Ohio, doesn't he?
It feels like he lives in Sandusky, Ohio.
I mean,
Troutwig, Ohio.
When I lived there, I hated Mondays and loved lasagna for sure. Can confirm.
Connor, you never sent we never talked about that T-shirt you sent to the group chat. Did you buy that T-shirt?
No, so I was going to ask you or anybody on the show if they wanted it. I was at Target.
Oh, it does take place in
Muncie, Indiana.
Hell yeah.
Do we know that, or did somebody just decide that? Oh, it's just
no. Jim Davis went to Ball State.
Okay.
Yeah, I told you this.
Wait, let's read that. I want to read that.
Oh, I didn't know he's from Muncie too.
Come on, Kitty, sing your song. I confess.
It's damn good.
Wait, that's two different Garfields. That's the table's two different colors. That's not the same strip.
Yeah, that's not. They're doing Jim Davis dirty. That's not. They're trying to make They're trying to make Jim Davis look stupid.
Yeah.
And Garfield look bad. When we know Garfield is actually very good.
Do you want to read some comic strips?
I want to read some Garfield. Yeah.
Okay. We need to read some. Garfield.
I want to read some Garfield. First, let me talk about Game Time, though.
Go ahead.
We'll read some Garfield. Game Time is the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. You shouldn't have to worry when you buy tickets to your next big event. Maybe you're going to go see Paul Skenes next start. Maybe that's what you're.
Maybe in Pittsburgh or wherever he's going to play.
Yeah, and if you choose to do that, Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets to all the sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you. They have flash deals for sudden discounts, zone deals for when you're feeling flexible, and their lowest price guarantee means if you can find the same seats for less anywhere else, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Game Time is the best place for last-minute seats with up to 60% off of your favorite events. What are you waiting for? Go download Game Time now. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the app, create an account, and use code MOSTLY for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply, but download the Game Time app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Code MOSTLY, $20 off your first purchase at Game Time. Code MOSTLY. Game Time app. Code MOSTLY.
Steve Miller in the chat said, in 49 other states, it's just lasagna.
Hell yeah. We're gonna read Garfield.
All right.
I was gonna do something. Read Garfield.
Dear Ask a Dog, what's your favorite sport? Garfield thinks. Bark, 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 says Odie. And Garfield smiles and says the 100-meter mailman chase.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Oh, I see.
That's pretty good.
The Olympics are coming up. He's being topical.
Right. That's today's? Yeah. Okay.
I'll give that like a 4 out of 10. That's
pretty good.
That's pretty good? Okay.
That's really good because there's layers to it, like lasagna. So Odie can speak. Garfield can't. Garfield just thinks.
Right.
But see, the rest of the world, when they hear Odie speak, it's just bark, 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 bark.
Right.
Garfield
understands
Odie.
Mm-hmm.
Or, and here's where the layers, or is Garfield mischievous? Is Garfield lying to the audience? And Odie actually said his favorite sport is women's basketball.
No, because if you look, Odie, in the last frame there, Garfield is smiling, which could be a mischievous smile. But Odie seems to be confirming exactly what Garfield was thinking. Odie gave a thumbs up,
but Odie can't see what Garfield's thinking. We, the audience, are the only people that can see what Garfield's thinking.
But it's so rare, Mark, for these two titans of the cartoon animal industry, Garfield and Odie, to be on the same page. They're often at odds. They're often Garfield is mocking him or making fun of him. I like to think that in this moment, these two were aligned.
Okay.
And they were pushing forward the same message in Olympic unity as we come forward as a country.
Okay. There we go. And that's why Garfield
Is the best.
It's the best.
Is the best.
I have gifts.
Where did that come from?
I have gifts. I just have gifts. They're back here.
Y'all recorded a show earlier, and Tate sat here. What do you do with my hairspray? My hair's falling.
I don't know. He might have taken it. He might have taken it as a prank.
He threw it on the ground.
No, the microphone did pop out at one point, so maybe it.
Oh no.
He used it. Oh no.
Is this another prank on
Oh
Brandon
no.
Walker?
Oh no. I have gifts. Maybe this will cheer you
Oh
up.
God, that's a big bag of gifts. That's a big old sack, Mark.
My father is visiting. We went over. We tried to go over Indiana high school logos.
Okay.
You remember this? And
Yep.
the picture we were looking at was low res, and we bailed. My father was disappointed because his high school, he believes they have the best high school logo in the entire state of Indiana. And sometimes when he's feeling cocky, he'll say all of the world.
Well, I got to ask this. Is it the high school that he works at now or the one he went to?
The one he went to high school.
When he was a boy?
It was when he was a boy. He
Okay.
grew up and went to this high school.
All right.
It is called Logan Sport.
Okay.
Their nickname is the Berries because a loganberry is a type of berry. So they're nicknamed the Berries. Their mascot, however, is Felix the Cat, and their logo is just Felix the Cat. And my father wanted to give you quarter zips that don't fit him anymore because he's losing weight.
Oh my God.
Of the Logan
Oh,
Sport
God.
Berries. Felix the Cat.
See, Lincoln Abe's, this is how it's done. This
So,
is how anybody we talk about, we should have their merch the next day.
There's one, and there's another.
Oh God.
There's another Logan Sport Berries. That's their logo. It's just their logo is. I don't know how they get away with it in a high school world where copyrights and trademarks are thrown out the window. I think Logan Sport might be the boldest high school in the country.
Bill Titus used to be a big boy.
He was a big boy. They just completely stole Felix the Cat and were like, "This is our logo now." It's just Felix the Cat.
I'm wearing this.
So there you go.
Not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Jersey Day, but I'm wearing it soon. More?
This is for myself. My parents had this. It's just a Dale Earnhardt ornament. So that's a gift for
have
myself.
you thought about what you're gonna do when that outgrows that part of the table?
I'm gonna donate.
Is it gonna come over here?
I'm gonna donate. There's gonna reach a breaking point, and we're gonna have too much. And when that happens, I'm gonna donate to the NASCAR Hall of Fame. And I'm gonna let them, create a wing in the Hall of Fame for all my members.
I don't think Dale Earnhardt's in there yet. So
we're gonna. I can picture it now. I close my eyes. I just see like the Mark Titus memorabilia collection. The Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't see it as quite as clear as I thought I did.
The Mark Titus wing.
The Mark Titus.
The Intimidator presented by Mark Titus
of Mostly Sports.
Yes.
And finally,
oh boy,
the best thing is garage sale find in rural Indiana for TJ. Another M&M dispenser.
Yes.
This is nothing too fancy about this one. Just a plain M&M guy.
Just a standard ass red M&M.
I'll leave it in the box.
Yeah, leave it in the box.
I don't know how you feel.
Beautiful. Thank you, Mark.
That's really nice.
We're gonna build a collection that's so large.
We're at 4 right now.
I got this one up here too. I should give you that one.
Yeah. Yeah, you should keep the one you just gave.
The
blue guy.
The blue guy basketball.
He's
one,
hooping.
We should throw that in the collection.
He hooping.
TJ, did you show the jazz one?
I showed it in the after credits.
Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
You were sent in a Eminem playing a saxophone.
I'm glad you got the saxophone because when I was last mantiquing and I picked out the jukebox one for you, they had the jukebox and the saxophone. I chose the jukebox, but I'm glad somebody came through with the saxophone for you.
Have you been mantiquing recently or no?
I'm itching, man. I went last weekend, but I only had an hour and I didn't get to do it very well. I've got a lot of stuff I've accumulated over the last 3 months that I need to show, but I might take a big trip this weekend. I can't find. There was a place outside of Milwaukee, and I can't remember if it was Brookfield or Greenfield or whatever. There's a dad and his son that owned a sports memorabilia shop that had a bunch of Milwaukee and Green Bay stuff, and I can't find it online anymore. I want to go to it, and I can't remember where it was, and it sucks. I hope it didn't close. But I might go. I got to go to Waukesha and Stoughton. Stoughton.
You're just saying words now.
Stoughton.
Waukesha and Stoughton. Those aren't places.
Stoughton. It's right outside of Madison. Stoughton.
Stoughton sounds like
It might be Stoughton. Stoughton. Might be Stoughton. I think it's Stoughton.
Stoughton sounds like a word that I would try to use as like a real word accidentally.
It sounds like something
like
you
I
would
was-
do. It's like a synonym for pimping.
Yeah.
I'm Stoughton.
I'm Stoughton.
Stoughton on these hoes.
I'm looking at the sheet, Ebo. Paul Skenes has the second best ERA since 1961 through a player's first 12 games. Dave Righetti was number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happened to that guy?
Had an incredible career, incredibly long and productive.
Is
career.
he GOAT? Is Dave Righetti the GOAT?
I don't.
know
I think
about?
I think he's a borderline Hall of Famer. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. Is he a Hall of Famer? He might have snuck in.
2-time All-Star, 21 career wins. Or 21 WAR, sorry. 82
So
wins.
that's not even a borderline Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
So that's not a good long career. He had 82 career wins.
Yeah.
What was I thinking? I was thinking of Ron Guidry.
I'm not familiar with Dave Righetti. That's why I asked. That's
I
why
was thinking of
that's why
Ron Guidry.
I'm worried about our GOAT boat.
Well, okay, the GOAT boat, Jared Weaver, he's not a GOAT. It looked like he might be, but he's not a GOAT. Mike Fiers, really? And Shota Imanaka earlier this season.
Who might be a GOAT?
Yeah.
He might be a GOAT as well.
Mike Fiers, worst facial hair on anyone ever.
Was that the
Yep.
the Count of Monte Cristo stuff he had going on? Was that what do you have going on there?
He had a G.
He had a G.
Oh, the spiral?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that. Okay.
The spiral on the
He's also the reason the Astros got caught.
Now Shota was the GOAT, and then for a little while he was fucking terrible.
terrible.
Is
Yeah.
he back to GOAT?
I think he's back to being pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's back to GOAT.
Oh,
That's
awesome.
kind of sick.
Is a whistleblower on that?
Did he really wear it though? And is that just a one-time thing?
I think he pitched multiple times with that look.
But his name is Mike Fiers. Why would he have a G? Why not an F
Yeah.
or an M? Could you do an M mustache? Yes, you could.
yeah.
You do it on the side of your beard. He could go like M.
He had a very good beard for sculpting, for crafting. Very,
Yeah, and that's what he did with it.
Yeah, smart. Not smart. It's bad. All right.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
The Rose.
Sports cards, Brandon.
Who?
Jeff's sports card.
I don't think that's right.
This guy is adamant that it's right.
I went to it one time. It didn't. There was a dad and a son. Why would it just be Jeff's sports cards? Where was it? What?
Brookfield. Jeff's sports cards. It's Elite Mantiquing. Tell
All
him
right.
it's Jeff's sports cards.
All right.
Please.
Jeff's sports. Let me see the pictures. Yeah, that's it.
All right.
That's it. That's exactly it. Because they had that. Look at this. Look at this statue. Look at this statue. Do I not need to buy that?
That's a great statue.
Yeah, it's Bart Starr. I don't think it's for sale.
Where are you putting that thing? Doesn't matter. You buy it.
You worry-
later.
When I go mantiquing, I worry about where I'm putting it
Yeah.
later.
Okay.
I got shit that just I have no room in my house for it.
So you just bring it here. Throw
Um,
it somewhere in here.
yeah, I just throw shit in here.
I have a question for you.
Yes, please.
Rose Bowl asked to be left out of college football playoff semifinal rotation. What say you, Brandon Walker? Fair or foul?
I think the Rose Bowl is among the worst entities in sports. I'm not saying the game isn't a classic. I'm not saying the Rose Bowl stadium isn't
I
a
regret
classic.
this already.
I'm not saying that. The people that run the Rose Bowl are the most in love with the smell of their own farts people in the history of college football. They have had to be dragged into everything resembling progress in college football. They've had to be dragged into the playoff. They've been dragged into all this. They just don't want to move because they want to guarantee they get to play at the exact time they want to play on the exact day they want to play. And that's everybody else is pulling in the same direction. The Rose Bowl is about the Rose Bowl, and fuck them for it. And that is my thought about the Rose Bowl. And I know you're a Big Ten guy, and I know I didn't.
Yeah, you're just jealous that you never go to the Rose Bowl. How many Rose Bowls you been to?
None.
Yeah, exactly.
Never want to go. Never care to go. It's an awesome and the environment looks incredible. It's beautiful. It's a historic. But they will not. They believe they belong on a higher plane than the rest of college football, and their tradition should be honored above everybody else. And that's bullshit.
Is that what they don't say that?
They
just
absolutely say.
They
say it with their
they say
actions.
we're not moving anything.
They say it with their
They're
actions.
just like we're just not. We are
Right.
who we are.
Progress is
But they've
progress.
taken shitty teams before. They're not like they're not saying they're just saying this is what we do. Build around us if you want. If not, like this is what we do. If the Rose Bowl if the college football powers that be said fuck you Rose Bowl, you're not getting any of our top 700 teams, the Rose Bowl will be like, fine, we'll take 701-2, and we'll play the Rose Bowl.
No, they wouldn't.
And then we'll still get
They
ratings.
would not do
They
that.
would do that.
They
They've
would
done
not
it before.
They also would
They've
not.
done it before.
They also would not get
They've
ratings.
taken non-champions before. They were fine to play ball. They said, if our schedule doesn't work for you, that's fine. We'll take your shitty-ass teams. We don't care. We play on January 1st, except in certain circumstances.
Right.
At this time, we want the sun going over the mountains in the second half.
Right.
We're gonna have the perfect split. We're gonna have the big ass bomber flying over. The fans are gonna be split 50-50 down the line. It's beautiful. It's the best scene in college football. And the Rose Bowl's like, this is what it is. This is who we are. We're not asking you to change everything for us. All we're asking is we don't change for you. That's it. That's all we're asking. We're not asking you to change for us. We're asking you to don't make us change for you.
They have absolutely asked college football to change for them before. They have absolutely used their standing and their tradition and their grandfather they've used that before to make sure they get what they want. They have used that plenty of times.
What they want is just to keep everything as it is. Keep with them.
They believe the Rose Bowl. They believe the Rose Bowl is bigger than college football, and it's not.
They believe the Rose Bowl is the Rose Bowl, and it's just there. And it's like they're just standing there. They're standing there. There's chaos. The chaos of college football is around them. They're like, all we're asking, can I just stand here and do nothing? I just don't want to change.
Should we ask
stand here.
Ebo what even they're actually asking for before we go off into this? Ebo, what do they actually want?
They just want to keep the tradition of staying on January 1st.
Right.
Preserve.
Right. But so they're not playing in the. They don't want to be in what?
They don't want to be in the college football semifinals, which would be the week after.
Right.
Which is traditionally.
They want to be in the quarterfinals.
Correct.
That seems fine. that seems fine. Yeah. I think we can probably work around that.
All right.
So what it would be peach, cotton,
sugar,
orange, sugar bowl rotating through the.
Where's the Fiesta?
Do they need a?
Yeah.
Oh,
This
the
is
Fiesta,
a serious question for you, and I would love your thoughts on. Do any of these bowls do we give a fuck? Like,
No,
if
I
the
don't.
Peach Bowl is the.
I don't.
Who cares?
Play it in the parking lot.
I don't remember who won what bowls last year at all.
It's just for
The Rose Bowl is the only one that I remember.
Missouri. The only one.
It's the only one that stands.
Missouri
out.
beat Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl. I think.
Was it we were in the
I
Cotton
think.
Bowl?
Ole Miss beat Penn State in the Peach. Sugar. I have no idea. That might have been you guys actually. No. I think I was right with you in the Cotton.
Yeah.
I don't know who the Sugar was.
That sounds familiar. The Cotton Bowl.
Yeah.
But they might matter or they might stick out if they're outside of the playoff structure. But I don't care.
I'd like a time machine to go back to like the
Bowl being
30s
semifinal.
when they were naming bowls.
Yeah.
Because they just named bowls and that just became their name forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Sugar Bowl the best name for that bowl?
A lot of sugar in New Orleans?
No. Shouldn't it have been like
Is that why? I mean,
the Pelican
sugar
Bowl?
cane?
The Titties Bowl?
Titties Bowl. To the Mardi Gras Titties Bowl.
If you're going to New Orleans,
The Fat Tuesday Bowl.
what are you excited about seeing?
Titties, yeah.
Especially if you're like 19.
Titties, gumbo and titties.
Gumbo and Titties. Gumbo Bowl.
Gumbo and titties.
Why wasn't the Gumbo Bowl?
Gumbo Bowl would be nice. Yeah. It is gumbo and titties, though.
It's Gumbo and
That's a
Titties.
hell of a duo.
Yeah. Super Bowl's there next year. You know what? I'm going to make sure I have a good bowl of gumbo.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll see some titties.
I like my gumbo like I like my titties. In my mouth. Am I right? Am I right? This guy knows. This guy knows what I'm talking about.
I thought you were going to say. Oh, God bless me for what I thought you were going to say. Do I have anybody to tell you about? Yes.
Yeah, I sure do.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
couple guys over there tell us about.
Greatness wins. This summer, staying fit requires great fitting athletic apparel. It's not always easy to find that consistent great fit with just any brand. That's why Greatness Wins is a game changer. The comfort is unmatched. It's soft, it's breathable, super durable, and can perform for anything you need. I have a pair of the Greatness Wins shorts. I also have some of the hoodies and some of the quarter zips. I haven't worn them in the summer, but I have worn the shorts a lot, and this is exactly right. It's unmatched. It's soft. It's breathable. Like it just feels perfect. They're the perfect feeling shorts. It's founded by Baseball Hall of Famer Derek Jeter, dancer Misty Copeland, and the founder of Untuck It. Greatness Wins has provided the perfect balance of superior performance and comfort that I have never seen anywhere on the market with the perfect modern fit. Trust me, the moment you feel Greatness Wins shorts, you'll understand exactly what I mean. Upgrade your athletic wear at greatnesswins.com now. Use code MOSTLY and you'll receive 25% off on your first purchase. Greatness Wins, where the demands of sport meet the science of fit. Check them out now. That's greatnesswins.com, code MOSTLY.
Ohtani can win the Triple Crown, huh?
Can
Yeah.
he?
I didn't realize that was
That's on the table, huh?
it's on the
Mhm.
table.
Yelich is leading in batting average, but he went out with a back injury yesterday.
All right. What about home runs? Is Ohtani leading the National
Ohtani's
League?
leading National League in home runs.
And
Let me
RBIs?
ask you this. What about RBIs?
6 RBIs behind Ozuna. But he's second. So he's second in RBIs, going to be first in batting average, first in homers.
Oh, so can he win the Triple Crown if he finishes second in RBIs?
No.
Does this matter anymore? Do the advanced stat nerds care about
We
it?
have to still
We
care.
have to still care, right?
Like, that's what makes baseball awesome is, like, shit, like winning the Triple Crown.
Could a
Winning 20 games is still fucking cool. I don't give a fuck.
could a horse win both Triple Crowns in the same year?
Ooh, the quadruple. No, the six.
The sixth Triple Crown.
What Triple Crown would have been harder for Mr. Ed to win? The horse or the? Because he's not like we saw. He doesn't have a lot of speed on the base path. Like I feel like racing against his peers would not go well.
But he was-
he's a hitter.
He was also practicing baseball. Like that was a leisurely. I don't think he was giving us everything he had. And you saw his
Okay.
agility sliding into the plate, sliding into home.
Yeah,
I would say he's
think
probably.
the-
I would put him on the baseball Triple
I
Crown
would put him on
first.
baseball. Yeah, I don't think he's a racehorse.
But are you ruling out his heart? Are you ruling out his competitive desire, his will to?
His want to.
You ever seen him skateboard? Like this man, this horse can do whatever the horse wants to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's watch Mr. Ed
Let's
play
watch
baseball.
Mr. Ed play baseball. Let's watch the clip. Let's watch the clip and break it down.
Let's just see if he can play baseball. Because it does sound silly, a horse playing baseball.
I need to see it. I need to see. All right.
Now this time let's not just watch what he does. Let's watch how his athletic ability would translate to other sports. Quick reaction
Okay.
time.
Yep.
Quick reaction time. Bursts out of the
Burst
box.
out of the box for
Yeah.
sure. I just worry about his top speed.
Yeah.
Good start. Look at this.
Well,
Very slow.
they don't
around
have
the
to
bases.
really turn like that, a 90-degree turn. And
That's true.
More of F1.
yeah. He's cruising now.
All right.
I did.
I think you're right. It's the turns.
Also, he could be the first horse to slide into the pole.
That would be awesome.
True.
Yeah.
What if he slid the whole time?
He does seem to cover a lot of ground quickly when he slides.
Obviously, I worry the most because he's gonna get batting average no problem. RBIs, I think with that lineup, Maury Wills in front of him, he's gonna hit. Does he have the home run power though? Like that was off the wall.
It was a homer. It was an inside the park.
I guess-
were there were no errors in that play, were there?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
That was an inside the park home run.
Yeah.
I guess that was inside
That's
the park
one.
home run. So that's a home run.
1,000
Yeah.
batting average, 1 homer.
So in the 60s,
And that's off Sandy Koufax. There's going to be some bum ass pitchers he's going up against that he's padding those numbers.
in 1965, I think you're going to need to hit about 48 to 50 home runs 45 to 50 home runs to win the Triple Crown.
Yeah, pull up the 1960. What it would have taken to win the
65. I'm
1965.
gonna say McCovey or Mays led in
the Triple Crown in 65. What it would have taken. Could Mr. Ed pull that?
Frank
And then-
Robinson might have won the Triple Crown.
And then
in
pull up
1965.
the 65. Someone pull up the 65 Triple Crown horse races, and what those were those particularly fast.
Yeah, so 329.
329.
I don't see home run.
You got to hit 330 or 329. You got to hit. Ooh,
Oh, 50. Oh, fuck. Mays
Shit.
is.
and 100.
Mason Roberto Clemente.
What about AL? What about AL? This is NL. Maybe
Oh, I just assumed he played for the Dodgers. I guess he could have played for the
he
Angels.
could have played for the Angels.
I hope they
If
exist.
you, but hold on, if you played for the Dodgers, you would have played for the Dodgers, you know. But he wasn't playing for the
He was
Dodgers.
playing. He was just practicing with the
Playing
Dodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess as a free agent, we don't know where he would have gone
Yeah.
because he was just practicing with the nearest team.
Yeah. You don't know for sure that he would have.
What? Okay. On the free agent market, knowing Mr. Ed like we do, where do you think he would have signed? He doesn't seem. He is a Hollywood horse, but at the same time, he's a horse. So is he a
He's an
big market
Oklahoma
guy? Yeah. Royals, maybe?
Oh yeah. AL only 32 homers. We have 108. Oh yeah.
Oh, he could have done it in the
Stomp,
AL.
dude. You could have done this in the AL for sure.
Oh,
For sure.
yeah. So we put Mr. Ed in the American League in 1965.
He's winning the
We
triple.
put him on the Twins. He's winning it.
Yeah.
All right.
I have a question for you, Bo. Do you think there'll be a time where we get rid of AL and NL designations because interleague play and the DH differences, all of this is thrown out the window, and the need for 2 separate leagues, and to be like this guy. Like basically, is there going to be a time where winning the Triple Crown requires being the best in the majors?
Is it just for him?
Do we need?
Because
I don't know.
No, they're never getting rid of that.
Okay.
I don't think you got to have some sort of structure, right? You got to have some sort of.
But now it's like it doesn't make any sense. It's like pointless to do a.
So in the
we don't, like the NBA doesn't do an Eastern Conference MVP and a Western Conference MVP. There's just one MVP.
I'll be goddamn.
But it made sense like back in the day.
There's no AFC MVP.
Yeah, it made sense back in the day because they're like kind of 2 different sports, and if you're a pitcher facing a DH versus a pitcher not facing a DH, and we should have 2 Cy Young because you're going up against different.
I like how baseball has 2 MVPs though. I never thought about it.
But how can you be the most valuable player if there's another guy who's also the most valuable? That just doesn't make any sense. There can only be one guy who's the most valuable.
Yeah, how can you be the most Cy Young if there's another guy who's equally as Cy Young
as you? Yeah,
That would fuck up like legacy record books for sure.
Historical stuff. Yeah,
Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
whatnot.
Yeah, that's like what doesn't matter less? Ohtani going for the Triple Crown if he's not going to lead the majors in all the statistical categories, or Judge racing for the American League batting title if it's not the Major League batting title.
Nothing matters less than Judge going for records that aren't really records.
But it's an American League record.
it's an American League
It's a
record.
National League Triple Crown.
That's fine.
So what doesn't matter less?
I'm just burned from that them cutting in on at bats for him chasing a record that wasn't a record.
What doesn't matter less is a great segment for the show.
Yeah.
I love.
Is it what matters less or what doesn't
What
matter
doesn't
less?
What
matter
doesn't
less.
matter less?
So
What doesn't matter more?
All right. Today on Most of Sports,
It's his question.
It's now what doesn't matter less time. What I'm having for lunch, or
My fantasy football team. Speaking of our we weren't speaking of it at all. Our league. We went to day 2 of our
that's
Most
right.
of Sports
That's
Dynasty
right.
yesterday.
Yesterday,
Yesterday was kind of an off day.
Underwhelming.
We had one.
Cupcake City.
We had one guy play a tough team. Malasek lost to Ohio State 52-7. After returning the opening kick, we have Tate beating FCS Midwest 44-17. I'm going to skip down to Lucussi. Lucussi won 35-16 over FCS Midwest, and is that a fan?
Central Michigan.
Our fan guest won 45-27 over FCS Midwest.
Tough day for FCS Midwest.
Really tough day.
If you're an alum of FCS Midwest, this league is not for you. It's
Not
gotta be
fair,
tough
though. They had to play 3 times.
I know. Triple header. I will say this. 2 days in a row for this league, the opening kickoff of that session has been unbelievable.
Have you seen?
Unbelievable. So anybody we're playing today, right?
Yeah, we have 4 guys. Have you seen the coach of? Have you seen Nicky Smokes?
No.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen Coach Buster Cherry?
Buster Cherry.
Get Buster Cherry in
Can
here.
we get Buster Cherry?
Let's
in
get
here?
Buster Cherry in here. So today, I understand that we need to maybe do a better job of telling people when we're starting, because
Yeah.
day 1 I opened up the entire league by lateraling on the opening kickoff.
Yeah.
Day 2, Malasek plays first. He receives the opening kickoff, takes it to the house in Ohio Stadium. So if you're a late arriver to these streams, you're missing. Who's up first today? Probably Smokes, I guess. I don't know.
we got Connor Griffin, TJ Smokes, and intern Jacob.
He has a
Sure,
bye.
Jacob is a bye week.
What?
In real life, Ball State does not play until September 7th.
Okay, so
What?
we have three.
We
today,
have 3 then, yeah.
Is that
That's
not
crazy.
that Ball
Yeah.
State doesn't have a week 0 or week 1 game?
I think we make Smokes go last. I want to see, because
That's what I have him.
Smokes has talked the most shit.
So we'll lead off with Connor. We'll go Connor,
Connor
TJ Smokes.
I think that, yeah.
We're gonna put on a show.
All right.
You have to do something on
We're
the
Who do you
gonna put on a
play?
show. I play UMass, which is funny because if you take out the M, it's just UAss.
Shit.
I'm just gonna say that nonstop.
And you are?
really good.
Eastern Michigan Eagles.
Okay.
And if you take out the N, it's Eastern Michigan. That doesn't work as well.
If you take out the ends, it's Easter, Michigan.
Oh, I
Easter,
like that.
Michigan.
Yeah.
I like that.
You got to do something on the opening kickoff. We got a tradition.
One, yeah, I guess I
You
did.
got to
throw a Hail Mary on the
You
opening
gotta
kick.
do-
No,
do
so
something.
I am blitzing every play on defense, and I'm going to be chucking very first play, just deep shot down the field.
Ladies and gentlemen, Buster Cherry.
Buster Cherry is-
I needed this hat yesterday.
Buster Cherry is in the building. So you just didn't have shoes to really complement the outfit, did you? You had to Kind of improvise.
Buster needs cowboy boots.
Buster needs cowboy boots.
Buster needs cowboy boots, but Buster's here to open up a can of whoop ass today.
Are you
He's got
talking in an accent?
Buster's got an
Does it
accent.
sound southern or no?
You're the coach of. First of all, you're from Florida. Secondly, you're the coach of Bowling Green.
Goddamn right, brother. But I'm bringing the South to the North or the Midwest.
What? You can't. I'm addicted to this accent
I
now.
love it. I love it.
There's rednecks in Ohio, Walker.
And where?
In Ohio.
Okay, that's better. That's better.
Yep.
Who does Bowling Green play today?
We play FCS East.
You gonna put a whooping on him?
Oh, we're going to open up a can of whoop ass. Guarantee you that.
Buster Cherry has talked to a lot of shit that he's gonna win this league.
Yeah.
If I was handicapping it right now, without seeing Buster Cherry and Oliver Rodrigo
Right.
and Mr. Ed, is Mr. Ed the coach of the Buffalo Bulls? Coach Mr. Ed. I would say Buster Cherry's probably going to be in the mix. I would say Brandon Walker is in the mix.
Family.
Family is in the mix, and I would say Moose Delicioso. Is that?
Yeah, that's right. That's
yeah.
right.
I'd say you guys are the top three.
Yeah. Well, there's going to be a media poll after week 1, I think.
So I'm curious to see how Buster Cherry does today because there's a lot of hype. It feels like it's those three.
Well, Buster
at the top.
Cherry knows his expectations, and he's always trying to exceed them. But I do want to make one thing very clear. I was quite impressed by Brandon Walker for being 60 years old, full family, and his ability to dominate a Big Ten football team like that. So
very nice.
I'm
My
glad to
name is
have good
Family.
competition.
I'm Family.
Family.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're Coach Family?
Fam.
Lee.
Are you an Asian guy?
Yes. They don't have Asian guys on the game, but they do have. I guess we can't show it. They have an Ebo.
They do have an Ebo.
There's an Ebo lookalike.
There's an Ebo.
No,
lookalike.
Ebo is not in the game.
There's an Ebo lookalike on the game.
There's an Ebo lookalike.
No, there's not. There's not.
We got to find the Ebo
I think we
lookalike.
should show it.
Do we have it?
You can
How are we gonna
show
pull
it
this up?
later?
We'd have to show it later.
Show it on the stream maybe.
Did you at least pick your lookalike?
No, I made my guy 5'5".
Connor, turn on the. I want to show the people.
We got to find Ebo.
All right.
Because you got to get in the coach creation mode.
Yeah, just go to create a coach.
I think Blutman's doing a commercial. Yes, that sentence came out of my mouth. TJ, who do you play?
FCS
Yeah.
East.
And TJ, who do you play?
FCS East.
How did they get all these
I
FCS
don't know.
teams?
Because they didn't make teams for all the FCS.
No, I know.
So
They didn't make
they just
teams.
merged the regions together.
You about every third word is wrong. Also, you're from Florida. You should have. I know you're from South Florida.
South Florida is really like
The more
not,
south
not
you go,
country.
the more south you go in Florida, the more north you get.
Correct.
Correct.
Did you read the column today?
Let's see. This is the RP column. The headline is mostly accusations. Blow me. Coach Meister's official statement after hearing reports that the NCAA and MAC will be investigating his Week 1 win over FCS Midwest in his Toledo Rockets debut. The broadcast caught the first-year head coach on his phone mid-game.
Yeah, I thought that was outlawed, but
Although we don't know who he was in contact with, sources say it was his right-hand man who he keeps on his personal payroll. The unnamed man was allegedly overlooking the opposing sideline, hacking under the headsets, relaying the information to Coach Meister. Toledo's 44-17 win will have to hang in the shadows until more news comes out.
Might I chime in on this one, Walker?
Please.
I think it's bullshit that he's just looking at his damn phone during the game. This is like going in to take a math test, and you got your phone out, and you just copying all the damn answers from the person who took it a period before. At least study it, memorize it, and then play the fucking game.
that's a great point, Coach Cherry. I agree. I think I think there are some questions about what is permissible and what is not.
Did anybody use Edit Coach? Yeah. And just use any – we're going to have to find Ebo.
This is crazy.
We're going to have to appearance, yeah.
Tate is turning into the villain of this league. At least he was yesterday. That's why I'm curious to see
Okay.
Smokes play today.
I didn't like.
Boys,
the,
we're on a search for Ebo.
I didn't like
I think
the.
it's
Do
in
you
like the 260 range.
Okay. Wow. That's a lot.
the Do you believe in miracles? Throwing a streak versus FCS Midwest was tough.
Yeah.
A 90-yard touchdown as time
Especially when he
expired.
knows the play's broken.
Yeah.
Oh, go up. There it was.
You thought that There it is.
One more.
Oh shit!
There it is. There it is.
That's Evo.
That's Evo.
That shit does kind of look like you.
That's Evo.
Evo, that's you.
No,
That's not you?
That's you, twin.
That's pretty you.
We need
that's little TJ.
What?
No, different TJ.
I need a side by side.
No,
That's Evo's head.
I don't think that's Evo at all.
You don't think that's
You
Evo?
don't see Evo?
That's Evo.
Dude, that's Evo.
Maybe if you fix his eyes a little bit.
I'm going to giggle every time he talks. I'm sorry. Let's see.
Connor, you don't think that's Evo?
Connor, what's your fucking problem, dude?
Why? We're trying to do something here. That's
Yeah,
Evo.
why are you playing a game? We're doing a fucking show.
That's Evo. Connor, is that Evo?
Connor, is that Evo?
I don't think so. I don't see it.
All right, put a poll up. Is that Evo?
Here's what we're looking at. What we're looking at is the Evo to
Uh-huh.
your left.
Yeah,
Now look at that guy.
that looks like Evo.
When you put
That-
it like that, yeah,
that looks
is
like Evo.
That is Evo, yeah.
Shit, son, you really in the game.
That's Evo.
That's it. Evo, that's you. Evo, that is you.
That's Evo.
You even got the curly hair look going on today. That's
Evo,
you.
dude. Did you make this guy your coach?
no, I made my guy like with a goatee 5'5", 400.
Oh.
That's always funny.
Yeah.
Get ready for the season with the official sunglasses brand of Barstool Sports, Shady Rays. Our friends have you covered with their newest and boldest premium polarized shades. They're kicking off their most anticipated release of 2024 with a limited edition debut of their Rival collection. It's a new single lens style in Barstool Blue. I would wear mine right now, but they're sitting on my boat right now. They're sitting in the little glove box of my boat because I wear them to go fishing every single day, and I love them. Love them so much. They have a premium Stool and Stars lens etch, and if you're looking for something more casual, the classics are also getting the Barstool treatment. Both of these styles are perfect for all-day, everyday comfort and performance. They have hundreds of options to choose from, so you're bound to find the perfect pair for your style. Coach Buster Cherry has added some Shady Rays to his look. If you don't love your shades, exchange for a new pair or return them worry-free within 30 days. There's no risk with Shady Rays. Their team always has your back with personal and fast support. Head to shadyrays.com and use code MOSTLYSPORTS for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Head to shadyrays.com. Use code MOSTLYSPORTS sunglasses. Coach Cherry.
Yes, sir.
I noticed when picking out our personas for the league, everybody in the room chose something that was mostly sports related. I'm family. You have Mr. Ed. You have.
I'm Dale Earnhardt.
You're Dale Earnhardt. Connor.
Oliver Rodrigo, yeah.
Well, that was just you. Ebo.
Saquon to nuts.
So everybody was mostly sports related. You went with Buster Cherry,
Correct.
a sexual joke.
I feel like every man once in his life has to bust a cherry if he really wants to be a man.
All right.
So that's why I went with Buster. Buster Cherry.
That was my mistake. That's my mistake.
What are you doing? What?
I don't know why that happened.
You set that one up.
I know,
Walker.
I know, I
didn't
know
come
I
here
did.
to be
I know I
sexual
did.
douchebag. You did it. Can I keep these?
I would say
shades?
probably not every man needs to like. I'd say there's like a certain point in your life where if you hadn't,
Stay away from it.
stay away from.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a good
like I would
point.
say that like if
That's a
you're
good point. Let me put the
if you're like
disclaimer
in your
there.
30s, say, and you've never experienced that.
You're just
I
not
would
gonna get to Buster
Yeah,
Cherry,
I would just move on. That's right.
Yeah, you
maybe
might be
find
right
another
about that one,
fruit.
Titus. That's a good point.
Yeah. I don't think every man needs to. I don't think that's a rite of passage for every man.
You
I
got
would
about
say.
till 18 years old
Yeah,
to get that one off the bucket
right,
list.
right. So every adolescent boy might dream of. We'll put it that way.
Oh boy. Charlie Woods missed the cut at the U.S. Junior Amateur,
Oh no.
so he might not. His boat might not get in the harbor.
I have a young. Someone just DM'd me a young goat boat. Looking to Jack and Joey Conan, Slinger, Wisconsin. Going to be young goats. KOHNEN. Jack and Joey. Might be this guy's name. Honestly, I did not look this up. They might be serial killers. I have no idea who they are.
I've gotten a couple
Patrick DM me.
goat boat nominees too.
Spell their last name?
KOHNEN. Jack and Joey.
So
Slinger, Wisconsin.
I got one. This guy said Bo Bassett, high school wrestler, boat goat, and he also in his Twitter avatar is a picture of a wrestler. So it might just be him. I don't know.
So are we putting out an open call for submitting?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh no, that's not
boats?
that's not a singlet. That's
This is kind of like Hoopify.
It is.
Yeah.
yeah.
This
we need him in here.
Baby Gronk.
Yeah, baby. We're gonna get Baby Gronk and Big Justice.
The Rizzler's the goat.
I
Yeah.
have a something I'd like to bring to the room. I have noticed within the last month or so, I sit like this now.
Do you? Why?
I don't know.
Are you anxious?
Well,
I'm not. I'm the opposite of I'm like relaxed. I'm
You're-
feeling good.
You're like a.
But I'm doing. I feel like it. I Clint Hurdle comes to mind.
I was going to say you're a
I
baseball
feel like
manager.
I feel like Clint Hurdle specifically. I don't know why.
You've been
I'm
all
like-
about the Rockies today.
Yeah, I guess he was a Rocky. Yeah, yeah. Clint Hurdle comes to mind.
You look like a high school baseball coach watching batting practice.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think it might have started during the Jerry thing.
Yeah.
When I was in the dugout, I just started but then I noticed I've been doing it just instinctively. Like I'm sitting at home, like I'm just kind of sitting like this on the couch when I'm not laid back. I'm sitting in a chair, like eating dinner like this, as I'm putting my arm up, like I'm like getting that wing up here. And
Why do you need all arms on deck like that?
I don't know. I feel like I'm old or something.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like an old man thing. So I don't know.
I don't think old men sit like that. I think old men just sit normally like everybody else does. They don't do it. They don't like kick their arm out to the left or anything.
Okay. Yeah. You're doing it. Yeah. Smokes is you're doing a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's Buster. That's
That's
Buster.
Buster Cherry. He's
Buster Cherry's
he's the
52
old-
years old.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was a high school legend in Texas.
Yep.
And decided to break through to one of his recruits was a 4-star that Bowling Green said, "You can come in and be our coach."
Yep.
Now, are you on the come up of your career, or were you like the head coach at say like a SEC school and were fired in disgrace because of a scandal, and now your landing spot is Bowling Green?
Nope.
What?
That was Canadian.
Hold
That
on,
was Southern California. What was it?
Hold up. I'm right where I need to be right now in my life. I wake up every
Well,
day.
that
I
wasn't
thank
really the
God.
question.
Can I answer the question? I'm getting there.
Sorry.
God's got a plan for all of us, Walker, and I'm right where I need to be right now at Bowling Green. What's in the past is in the past. What's in the future is yet to come. I'm worried about this present moment and taking Bowling Green a national title.
No comment about the bestiality allegations.
No comment. Plead the fifth.
The animal husbandry that was going on in your program.
Can you define that for me?
Before you played the Texas Longhorns, you brought
Yeah.
a steer and you fucked the steer in front of the team.
May or may not be true.
There are allegations that you had a cockfighting night for your team because you were under the impression that cockfighting was something else. Things got out of control, and that caused that's a black mark
Yeah.
on your program.
You're like, where'd these
What-
birds come from?
Do you have any comments on those allegations?
We can start as soon as these birds get out of here.
Why y'all bring so many fucking birds? So why would you bring birds to a cockfight? Why are there so?
These fucking birds out of here. Oh.
We was just trying to get our team chemistry up.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yep.
Anything else we got? Did you see this video of the whales? Are we worried about the whales?
Oh, we haven't seen.
We need animal video.
We got two whales and ducks. We didn't.
Whales,
we
we
haven't looked at the duck yet.
Okay.
We need the whale and yes, Coach Cherry.
If y'all gonna show that whale video where they hopping up on that damn boat, you should look into it because it's been happening a lot. These whales are starting to talk to each other because apparently we killed one of their leaders and now they want to kill all us.
Coach, you're a football coach.
How do you know all this, Coach?
Sometimes I be scrolling Twitter.
You're saying this was a deliberate act by this whale?
Yes, TJ, producer, go ahead and look that shit up. They've been attacking us.
Is that two whales?
It looks like
Yeah.
two whales.
No, that's.
He's got his mouth open.
Let's see if that's.
Active.
I think that was one whale.
That goddamn frat
That's
boy
one
must
whale.
shit
Hold on.
himself.
But
That's a whale.
I think that's two.
Coach Cherry,
That's
was
two.
Where do you see
Mouth
the second
open.
whale?
well, there's two.
That's his
humps.
mouth. That's his
I
mouth.
know
open. Yeah.
that's what we missed.
That's what I'm talking to Cherry. Cherry's like that's.
But it looks like right there. It looks like when you're watching it quickly, it looks like it could be two whales.
Oh, I thought it
The
was
nose,
two.
yeah. But that's just a mouth open.
It's a big old mouth. Fit a lot of long coat in that mouth.
I the guy who's in the foreground, the kid on the boat.
Yeah.
He sees the whale hit the boat and then immediately goes to steering wheel. Where's he going? Is he escaping or is he thinking, I got to get over there and save those people?
He's getting the fuck out of there. He's escaping. It looks like he's escaping. I don't think he's saving people.
Because it's one of two things. He's either saying, God, I got to go get this motherfucker, or I got to get the fuck out of here.
To be completely honest, that's what I would do. I would just get the fuck out of there. And then I'd feel really bad about it. I'd be a coward, and I'd be, the press would kill me for it. And they'd be like, Mr. Titus, a whole boat of people died. You were the one boat.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I didn't want to die.
Well, I didn't want it to be two boats.
I didn't want to be two boats. Yeah, two boats to die. But yeah, the whales are coming after us. That was a humpback though. That wasn't an orca. The orcas. I thought the orcas were.
Not?
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you.
I thought the orcas were trying to kill us lately, or is it the humpbacks that are killing us?
I'm looking at this camera right now. Whales, you want it? Come fucking get it.
Shit.
Come fucking get us.
Whales.
If you want us,
Whales.
come get this fucking smoke, Whales.
Whales.
You don't want it.
That's him talking whales. This is not. That's Brandon Walker. That's not.
Nobody else is gonna fuck them whales.
Fuck them whales.
You got to be careful, Brandon.
Yeah.
Brandon, you have to be careful.
They're gonna show up in your lake.
They
now,
watch.
Dude.
You have to be careful, dude.
Whales love.
They're gonna come to your lake.
Not all whales.
You think whales don't want nothing with me?
They have like elite hearing too. They probably already know about this.
Whales don't want shit.
Well, whales. I'm begging you, please, not me and my family. That's all I'm asking. Go after the walkers.
If whales invaded Chicago, y'all aren't standing and fighting?
Ain't no whales coming to Chicago. There ain't no salt water.
Yes. Nicky Smokes, I did not believe that whales were actually going.
Oh, you talking about the country?
That's pretty funny. That's a Brandon Walker special right there. That's a Brandon Walker joke.
I'll be goddamn, he got me.
Yeah, he got you.
I'll be
That's
goddamn.
a good one.
What about, you might think huge, gigantic ducks aren't invading.
Oh, they're invading the Big Ten, all right.
He's cooking.
He's on. He's got something going.
Let me see. Let me see the big duck.
That's the big duck.
There it is.
Folks, I regret to inform you. Nicky Smokes has something cooking.
Yeah, sorry.
So Oregon did this. They polluted the Indianapolis waterways, the White River, one of the great rivers in this country. The heartland of the Midwest. It's an untouched river, really. It's just as pure as can be. Indianapolis is the largest city in this country that is not on navigable water.
So I did not know there was any kind of river around Indianapolis.
Yeah,
at all.
the White River goes through it, but you don't put boats on that river. It's an untouched river. It's just kind of a
really.
It's
is
a
there navigable
river.
water around Denver?
I guess, or
is Indianapolis bigger than
maybe Denver? Indianapolis might be bigger than Denver.
I'm trying to think of unnavigable waters around. Chicago has navigable water.
Yeah, Lake Michigan for sure.
St. Louis has navigable water.
Yeah, the Mississippi River. Yeah.
Philadelphia. You got water?
They do.
Yeah.
They got water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's the Atlantic Ocean.
Oh, it's the river that goes right beside it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Separates you from Camden, New Jersey.
Correct.
The river that between you and like
A river runs through it.
the Eastern Hemisphere.
Yeah.
River too.
Did you have a question? Coach
Yeah.
Shea?
So y'all got a lake in Indiana. You can't do no bass fishing in it.
It's a river. That's why I keep saying river. it's a river. It's the White River.
Now hold on.
There's bass in rivers.
To Coach Cherry's point, why don't you fish in this lake?
You could fish in it. Yeah, sure. You
Right.
could maybe fish in it, but I'm speaking in generalities. It's a river that exists for scenic purposes. It's a river that
The people rowing on it.
Yeah, you appreciate nature. It's certainly not a place that you blow up a huge fucking toy and throw it in the river and say, everybody look at me and give me attention because I have this insecurity because I'm stepping into a new situation and I know that I'm not as good as everyone else and that's already here, and I know that I'm not going to win the Big Ten championship that I believe I think I'm outwardly saying I'm going to win it, but I know I'm not going to win it this year. I know that the Buckeyes are better than my team, so as an act of insecurity, I'm going to pollute the waterways of Indianapolis with a gigantic fucking plastic duck, which coincidentally enough, you know what's terrible for ducks? You know what fucking kills millions of ducks a year? Plastic. And you're blowing up a plastic duck and throwing it in the river. It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Would you like to ride on that duck down that river?
I would, yeah. I would. I want to jump on that duck. I want to blob off that duck. I want someone to stand on the duck. I like jump on the head and shoot him in outer space. Yeah.
I want to ride that duck.
I want to ride that duck.
It looks good in that skyline.
I want
though,
that duck
TJ.
here.
We can get that duck here.
Yeah, can we get the duck?
Oregon just be thinking of shit.
Yeah,
They come up with shit. They always do stuff like this.
I wonder who you go and call and you're like, we'd like to submit a custom order for the world's biggest duck.
You think Phil Knight's ever going to figure out that they're just using him for all his money now? Like every day he has a meeting. Oregon, what do you need today? Well, we need a 78-foot duck.
Dude, if
Do it.
the second Oregon football or Oregon basketball, but mostly football, win a national championship,
Yeah.
Phil Knight's satisfied and he goes and sits on his pile of money and waits.
Waits to die,
just waits to die. Just waits for the sun to set.
So the worst thing they could do is win.
Yes, and they know this. That's why they keep having him on the hook. That's why Oregon is always good enough to we were fucking right there. We were right there.
Just need a little bit more money, Phil.
Phil, just a little bit more will do it. They got him.
That's a goddamn great take. I didn't even think about it.
If you're not in the audience.
Thanks, Coach Cherry.
I'm just saying, it was a good take.
All right.
We got everything?
I'm out tomorrow. I'm going to a wedding in
What?
California. I believe in love. Not everyone here at the show does. I know Connor Griffin does.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to vlog it, though. I should have thought to do that.
Yeah. Are you going to be on local TV at least?
I'll try.
Okay.
I'll see what I can do.
L.A. News.
Yeah, LA. Top story of LA.
Podcaster comes to wedding.
From Chicago. So I'm out the rest of the week. I'll be back Monday. You guys will still do a show tomorrow, right? Or no?
We haven't talked about it.
Probably not.
Still gonna do a show. I'm gonna miss the live stream too. I think I'll be on the plane as you guys are live streaming. But I'll try to watch. But you are live streaming.
Yeah,
correct.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to tell all the people.
Connor's leading off at 2 right after Yak.
Right after
We'll
2:15.
say 2 o'clock. 2:15.
2:15 probably.
Yeah.
3:15 Eastern. Connor will play the first game. You got to do something cool.
I cannot wait.
You have to do something cool.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, we'll do that, and then I'll be back next week, and the show will go on without me, and that's it. Right? All right. Goodbye, everybody.
That's how ball is done.